While Dusty is saying this, we are then shown that they go to meet their parents. Dusty tells her parents that she has been attacked a lot at this academy, and we are shown that another girl also meets her parents. She goes to meet him, and from a distance, Xavier and the girl Boulan see both of them meeting their parents, because their parents have not come even today, and she has now improved. Now we can call her a friend of Xavier. It is shown that her mom also comes here, seeing which she's very surprised. Baptist's parents go to the principal, and she says that Baptist behaves very strangely with everyone, so they should take her to the doctor for a treatment before she dies. Her parents tell her something. She shows her dad a picture and says, "Why is this Garrett boy accused of murdering you?" But her mom refuses to tell her anything, so she says, "Don't tell me anything, but I will find all the evidence about it myself." After this, Wednesday goes to meet her friend, who is being taken care of by her partner, and then it is shown that the doctor to whom Wednesday had gone to eat the dead body takes his life, and before taking his life, he leaves a letter in which it is written that I am ashamed of Garce's death, because I had made a false report on him. Next day, it is shown that when everyone is having dinner, police officers come there and Garrett's dad is arrested and taken away on charges of murder. When Pence goes to the police station to get the truth from her father, her dad tells her that your mom and I were very much in love. But Garrett was in love with your mom. Your mom and I were together when Garrett came and started fighting with me. I tried to defend myself, but he died in the process. Wednesday can't believe what her father said, and she goes to the police station and tells him that my father did not do anything. There is a conspiracy against him. Then the police officers tells him that the world does not work according to you. There is evidence against your dad. Then Wednesday says, I do not believe, because I am sure that it was the one who killed my friend. She's the one who tried to kill Garrett. That roommate is sitting with her parents in the park, and her mom wants her to go full on werewolf. She tells her to go to a doctor, but she doesn't want that, so she's here. So Wednesday goes to her mom so that she can know the whole truth. Her mom is in the secret library, so she says, you sent me to this academy so that I can always be your shadow. Her mom says, this is not just an academy. There was a group here earlier, the foundation of which was laid by a member of your father's family, whose name was Goody. So Vanessa asks her mom that if Dad did not kill Garrett, then who killed Garrett? So her mom said, she tells me that when I went there, Garrett was fighting badly with your father. I tried very hard to stop him, and then I picked up the sword lying on the ground. When Garrett came towards me, the sword went through him and your dad to save my life. She took the sword in her hand and took the blame on herself. But Wednesday says that Garrett died because of the poison coming out of his mouth. This happens only when someone is poisoned. So Wayne says, the only way out is to dig up Garrett's grave. Wednesday and her mother dig up Garrett's grave, and Wednesday finds one of his fingers. She takes it, but then a police officer arrives, and the two of them, Vanessa gives this finger to her mother, and as soon as she touches it, she remembers that Garrett's father had given him a bottle of poison so that he could destroy the entire academy. But when Garrett fought with his father, the bottle broke, due to which poison entered his body. He was going to believe not only his father but the entire academy. From now on, Chai had come in front of Wednesday after being released from jail. Wednesday and her mom go to the mayor and point their finger at him and tell him that Garrett died because of Sahar, and you hid all this truth. So the mayor has to tell them the truth, and after that his father. After this, Wednesday tells her mother that she has many thoughts. Her mother says that this is the specialty of our family. Everyone has thoughts, but if the thoughts are not under our control, then it makes us crazy. If we can, then the old people of our family come into our thoughts and train us and show us the easy way. Then Wednesday speaks like Wednesday Addams. After hearing her name, her mother says that she should be smart. Wednesday Addams wanted revenge, due to which she herself also she could not survive and was brutally murdered. Then everyone's parents join them and start leaving. The roommate tells her parents, Mom, do and worry, when I have to be a werewolf, I will do it, and you know. Wednesday's mom, before leaving, she gives him the same book which the principal usually used to have. When she goes to the principal's office with the book, she tells the principal that it was you who had killed that unknown boy whom I had told you that the monster had killed you. You are killing people by changing forms, and I will go and tell this to the police. The principal says no, I did not kill him. He had lost control over his powers. That is why he also attacked you that day. Whenever you said these things, when she is staying, She hears a noise from outside, and when she goes to check, she sees something written in the fire. Wednesday is sitting in her room with candles lit around her. She tries to call Goody. Then her roommate comes there, and she also finds a letter on which it is written that she has been called to the cave. She goes to the cave with her roommate, and she realizes that there is someone already here and there is no one there. Xavier and others are with him and wish him a happy birthday because today is his birthday. So here Wednesday finds a line written on it which says, "I will return to Shali, but sing high," as soon as she touches that line. So she meets the same girl who comes in her mind. She was none other than Wednesday Addams. So she's at Palace on Wednesday and says that if you want to know about this magician, then you have to find this palace and come here. Then she is standing on the ground looking at something written in fire. Then Xavier comes to her, but she doesn't talk to him because she thinks that Xavier is the monster. Then she goes to her friend who is still on the bed, and his condition was very bad, so she is not able to talk to him. So the next day, Wednesday goes to Sweater and shows him the picture and asks him about the palace, which Goody had told her, but Sweater doesn't know anything about it. If she did and know, she wouldn't be able to work here. So she goes to Xavier and asks him about this place. Xavier has made a drawing of the same place and tells Wednesday that this place comes to me in my dreams every day. So I painted it, and luckily Xavier knows the address of that place, and it tells Wednesday the address of that place, and she reaches there alone. Before she goes there, Meher is already there, and he is the real murderer. Where she finds out the truth about the mayor, she hides in his car and goes with him. When they reach there, someone hits their car and the mayor dies on the spot. Seeing all this, Wednesday becomes very confused, and then it is shown that Wednesday comes to the same palace with her roommate and waiter at night. Here she feels as if someone is living here because the candle was hot, and as soon as she enters there, she feels that Monster is coming here, so she wants to save her friends from Monster, so they remain silent, and here they see that the bodies of those who were attacked by Monster are lying in mutilated parts, and she wants to save her friends here. After this they go to the waiter's house, where her father, who is a police officer, also comes. So she tells the vendor that I want to take you somewhere. She takes them to the same palace. But when he goes there, there is no visible part of the mutilated body there, on which the police officer gets angry at him and tells him that in future you will not meet my son. After this, when Wednesday returns to the academy, so the principal is standing there, and she tells her that I had forbidden you from going anywhere, but you do not desist. Then Wednesday says that I will find out the truth, that who is that monster, and why is he attacking everyone on people, and then she also shows a picture to the principal that see in this picture, I am with the magician and that boy also attacked me for the same reason, so I want to know the truth, so give me a chance. But the principal, she tells her that whatever happens, you will not go anywhere from here onwards, and this is the last warning for you. If you go anywhere, then I will throw you out of the academy. This bitter principal gets very angry at her and leaves from here. She goes, and when Wednesday comes to her room, her friend is packing her things, and when Wednesday asks her the reason, her friend yells at her and says that you can only think about yourself. You have to get your work done. He comes even if it means losing the lives of your friends, and if he attacks us here at Munster, it would have cost the lives of your friends. Then Wednesday is left alone and sits and starts looking at the box which the magician had kept. When she stole a letter from the house of a witch doctor, she finds a letter downstairs which contains many of her own secrets, seeing which she thinks that there is some connection between the Mr. and the magician of the Addams family, and when the mayor is informed about it, when the truth was found out, someone shut her mouth, but I will not keep quiet. Whoever you are, I will find you. Now the mayor was dead, and when he was being buried, Wednesday also came there, and she thinks that the murderer must have also come here, but then she sees someone in the forest and chases him, but it was none other than her uncle, and her uncle says that I have been accused of theft, and I will have to remain silent for some time. She hides them in a cupboard. Then she shows the picture of Monster to her uncle, and says that do you know anything about it? Then her uncle says that I do not know much about it, but there is a secret library. You should go there. A diary has to be taken out, and everything is written about it in that diary. So at night she goes to that secret library, and she sees that Xavier was present there. So she tells him that whenever the monster attacked, you were found there. Yes, it means that you were the monster. He ignores what he says and leaves from here. Then his uncle also comes there, and together they find this diary. It was written in it that this monster has come under someone's control, and then it does all the work only on the orders of its owner. After this, Wednesday tells the hand that you take care of this diary. I am going to the waiter, and she goes to the waiter, who takes her to the cave and shows her. She tells him that she had decorated the cave because he was going to propose her for marriage. When she returns, she finds that her room is scattered and her diary has also been stolen as soon as she returns to her room. When Safi looks at her hand, she's shocked because the knife was through it. Now it was dead and there was no life inside it. She runs away with her hand and goes to her uncle and she starts crying. And she says to her uncle, "Please fix it." Then uncle gives electric shock and he becomes alive. On which she asks him who was there. Then he gestures with his hand and tells that I don't know because the attack happened from behind. So she says out of anger, "Whatever happens, I will not leave him. I will make bad the fate of the person who has done all this to you." So she comes to the principal and says that someone has broken into my room and has also stolen the diary. When he took it, the principal told him that "Where did you get the diary from? It was in the secret library. You should not do such things, because of which I have to close this academy." When Wednesday is going, his friends come and inform him that Garrett, whose murder your dad was accused of, was taken from his mother's property by a doctor. Then after hearing the name of the doctor, Wednesday becomes suspicious of the mental doctor. Then Wednesday thinks about him. So Wednesday goes to the doctor and she tells them that "I know that you have the soul of Garrett's mom inside you, and that is why she wants to take revenge on everyone. So you should desist from these things," and saying that she leaves from here. Then after she leaves, call the doctor principal. She does this and tells everything to the principal, that she came here on Wednesday and she was saying some strange things. Her behavior was very strange with me. After this, she sees that a monster comes there and kills the doctor. Now the doctor she had died, but now all the suspicion of Wednesday was on Xavier. She goes to his cabin and there she finds different things of dead people. So her suspicion gets confirmed on him, and the police also comes there and arrests Xavier. Because it was Wednesday who caught the police, and when Wednesday returns to her room, she sees that her roommate is back, and she tells her that "You and I are not related. I miss you in half very much." After all this, Wednesday goes to the waiter and is about to say something to him. Then she realizes that this waiter is the real monster, but she does not say anything to him in front of him, because she likes him a lot, but she takes him to a deserted place and tells him that he's the real monster. So when he wants to torture him, so that he can reveal the truth, but his friends do not agree to this and leave from here. As soon as his friends leave from here, the police officers, who is the father of the waiter, comes here. And they arrest her and take her to the police station, on which she says that "Your son is the real murderer," but her father does not agree and she starts leaving from here. Then the waiter comes close to her and whispers in her ear, "Feel how it felt to lose. There is still a lot left to do." Then after this, the principal gets very angry at Wednesday that "You have crossed all limits. You are being thrown out of the academy." But Wednesday was saying only one thing, that the waiter is a monster. "You agree with me." But the principal asks her to leave from here and tells her to leave from here. When she leaves, she goes to meet Xavier for the last time. She was very angry at him, because it was he who handed her over to the police. So she tells Xavier that the waiter is the master, and he trapped you through me, but he doesn't listen to her because he's very angry at her, and tells him that the whole mess will end if you leave this academy. When we all become relaxed, she doesn't stay there for a minute and goes away. After this, Wednesday goes to her room and packs her things and she meets her last. At the end, she goes to the hospital to meet her friend and tells him "You take care of yourself and don't go out. There might be a monster outside," and she tells him that the principal did the explosion near the cave that day. Then his friend says no, the principal does not wear red shoes. So he was wearing red shoes. So Wednesday, she immediately understands who it was, because it is the teacher who wears red shoes who is everyone's favorite. So she comes to the teacher and tells him that the rest of the people were killed like this and you are the real monster. You made the waiter your slave and got everyone killed by him. I have known your truth, that it was you who killed everyone, and then the waiter also comes there. So this teacher goes to the waiter and says calm, "Follow my instructions." "But you killed Wednesday," but in reality, it was the principal who had come in disguise. Then the teacher injects poison in her neck, and the poor principal is killed, and she also kills teacher Wednesday and brings her to the cave, and she ties him up. After coming to the cave, Wednesday learns that the people whose body parts were collected were actually used to bring the magician back to life, and the teacher was the real villain. She tells Vince that when God had killed the magician, He had sealed his tomb with his blood, and now we need the blood of a human being in God's family, that is, the Addams family. And even on a full moon night, there could be no better opportunity than this. Magician, because you are a member of the Addams family, and today is the night of the whole day. So today we will take your blood, and saying this, the teacher cuts Wednesday's hand, due to which his blood falls on the lock, and the magician, the lock of the tomb opens, and as soon as he says this, the magician comes alive. As soon as he comes out, he stops Wednesday, due to which Wednesday gets injured, after which he goes towards the academy so that he can destroy the academy. Just then Buddy Addams comes there, and she cures Nasty completely and tells her that I have cured you, but from now onwards, I will not be able to see you. And when Wednesday was going through the forest, that waiter came in front of her. It turns out that the teacher had complete control over him, so he becomes a monster, and he is about to kill Wednesday when a werewolf attacks him there. That werewolf was none other than his roommate. Who was there today? The whole werewolf was created. There are many fights between him and Monster, and the werewolf is overpowering Monster, and she teaches Monster all the fun. And here we are shown that Wednesday Academy has come, so that the magician Xavier comes here to save Wednesday. Just as the magician was about to kill Xavier, Wednesday appears, and the poor girl gets injured, but she still tells Xavier to leave from here and go to the academy. Take out all the people of the magician, because it will not spare the outcast people like us. And she sends him from here, and still she stands in front of him to fight him. She also had a sword in her hand, but she was more in front of the magician. It doesn't last long, because the magician was too powerful, and she falls to her knees. Then her friend comes there, who distracts the magician. Taking the opportunity, Wednesday's sword crosses the magician's heart. To do this, she was trained by Buddy Addams. It was said that the magician dies once again, and his body turns into ashes, and he wakes up in the form of fire. And here, the magician is destroyed. But it is shown that the teacher comes here, and there is a pot in her hand, which one step taunts her because she wanted to kill him. But then her friend comes there, and he releases bees on her, which makes the teacher's work also get finished. When Wednesday completes her mission, after completing the task, she comes out, and her roommate was also there, who transforms from a werewolf to her true form, and Wednesday hugs her. But surprisingly, for the first time, Wednesday was not having any thoughts, and now it is shown that Wednesday is her novel. She also completes it, but she does not finish it, that is, she leaves a question mark at the end of the letter. After this, she goes to meet Javi, and he gives her a gift. When she opens it, there is a mobile in it. She doesn't say anything to him, and she accepts his gift and leaves from here. But when she was going in the car, she gets a message in which she and Xavier are together, and the message is that I am keeping an eye on you. So she thinks that the teacher is dead, but now who is this person who is keeping an eye on her? Thinking this, she's going towards her home, when we are shown the police car in which the waiter was tied. Because the police also came to know that this was the monster which was killing everyone, under the control of the teacher, and then suddenly they show that he becomes a monster again. It means that the teacher is dead, but someone is still controlling him. The person who is still controlling the monster may be the same one who sent the messages on Wednesday. This means that there is still someone who is controlling the monster and wants to get the academy closed. And this bloodshed will continue like this, and the monster is still alive, and with that, this is the end of the season.